Good morning, students. In this video, we will be going to learn about Dalton's atomic theory present on page number 32 of chapter number 3 of your NCERT textbook. Now, students, in this chapter, we have also studied about laws of conservation of mass and law of constant proportions. Now, students, Dalton he used these laws in order to explain the nature of matter, and from these laws he put forward a theory known as Dalton's atomic theory. There are six important postulates of this theory that we have to study. Now remember that we always have to learn these postulates in a proper sequence or a proper order as given in your NCERT textbook. So, the first postulate: all matter is made up of very tiny particles called atoms which participate in chemical reactions, which means matter is made up of atoms. Number 2, atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. Now, Dalton he put forward this postulate on the basis of law of conservation of mass. In that law, we have studied that mass can neither be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. So Dalton explained that since matter is made up of atoms and atoms have masses, that means if mass does not change, if mass remains conserved during the chemical reaction, that means atoms also remains conserved during the chemical reaction, which means atoms cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. So this postulate is the result of law of conservation of mass. Number 3, atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. For example, we know that carbon atom has 12 units atomic mass. Its atomic number is 6. That means its electronic configuration is 2,4, which means it contains 4 valence electrons in its outermost shell. Similarly, oxygen, which has an atomic mass 16 and atomic number 8, has electronic configuration 2,6, which means it contains 6 valence electrons in its outermost shell. Now Dalton explained that all the atoms which belong to the same element, that means in this case all the atoms of carbon, they will have the same mass, that is 12U, and similarly all the atoms of oxygen will have the same mass, that is 16U. Moreover, the chemical properties they depend upon the valence electrons, which in case of carbon is 4, and since for all the carbon atoms it remains 4 only, that means for all the carbon atoms the chemical properties will be same. Similarly for oxygen, for all the oxygen atoms the valence electrons are 6, that means their chemical properties are also same. Hence Dalton explained that all the atoms which belong to the same element, they will be totally identical in every aspect. But next postulate, that is fourth one, atoms of different elements have different masses and chemical properties, which means on one hand we know that all the atoms which belong to the same element, they are identical. But if the atoms are of different elements, then they will be different both in terms of mass as well as in chemical properties. For example, in this case, carbon has 12U mass, but oxygen has 16U mass. That means masses are different of carbon and oxygen atoms. Similarly, they have different valence electrons, which means their chemical properties are also different. Hence, if atoms they belong to the same element, then they will be identical. But if the atoms belong to two different elements, then they will be totally different. Next postulate. Fifth one. Atoms combine in the ratio of small whole numbers to form compounds. Let's take an example. We know that in water, hydrogen and oxygen, they are combining in the ratio 2:1 to form water. Moreover, last postulate, the relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound, which means if a compound is formed, then the number of atoms and the kind of atoms in that particular compound will always be same, they will always be constant. Let's again take the example of water. In water, hydrogen and oxygen will always combine. There will be no different element, there will be no different atoms, only the atoms of hydrogen and oxygen will be present, and they will always present in the ratio 2:1 by number of atoms to form water molecules. Hence, we can say relative number and kind of atoms are constant in a given compound. Moreover, this particular postulate, that is the sixth postulate, it is based on the result of law of constant proportions, which state that elements, they combine in a fixed ratio of their masses to form compounds. So, according to that law, Dalton put forward a postulate that relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. So these are the six postulates of Dalton atomic theory. So come to page number 33. Blue box questions, question number 3 and 4. Which postulate of Dalton's atomic theory is the result of the law of conservation of mass? So the answer is second postulate, and you have to write the entire statement. That is, atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. Similarly, question number 4. Which postulate of Dalton's atomic theory can explain the law of definite proportions? So the answer is postulate number 6, that is, the relative number and kind of atoms are constant in a given compound. There is one more question, that is, which particular postulate of Dalton atomic theory is incorrect and which portion of that postulate is incorrect? Now students, the second postulate, that is, atoms are indivisible particles. According to Dalton, atoms are indivisible particles. This particular portion of second postulate is wrong. It means that atoms cannot be further divided. There is nothing smaller than atom. There is nothing that can exist within the atom. But since in chapter 4 we know that atom contains subatomic particles like electrons, protons and neutrons which are present within the atom. Hence atom is further dividable. It is further divisible. So this particular portion of this postulate number 2 is incorrect. With this, we have completed the Dalton's atomic theory. Note down students, once again, you have to remember these postulates, you have to learn these postulates in this particular order only. You cannot change their order because these are the postulates of the theory.